This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Trade.
Here we go. The Adelaide 36ers taking on the Perth Wildcats. Now, it's been a while between games for both of these teams, and a couple of outs for the Perth Wildcats are going to hurt them. Now, they are a group of youngsters, but Luke Travers, for me, he doesn't put up huge numbers, but he affects the game right across the board. Blocks, steals, rebounds, points, the lot. That's going to be a big out for the Perth Wildcats. So I still think that they win, but I don't think they're going to do it by too much. So I'm going to take the Adelaide 36ers at the line here. Just give myself a little bit of buffer while still taking the Wildcats to win this one. The total points as well, the last 11 Perth Wildcats night games have gone under the total points line, so you can't argue with history there. That's where I'm going to be playing it. Enjoy, and most importantly, gamble responsibly.
I'm never off my grind. I'm always on time. I'm ahead of the game. I'm first place. I'm in my prime. Hard work that pays off. I pay dues. I'm paid off. Cross me, get crossed off. I'm so fresh. I'm so raw. Go hard like a day. It's game time like game day. I ball hard and clutch play. It's game time like game day.
Hello and welcome to the Adelaide Entertainment Centre as the Hungry Jacks NBL continues with the 36ers. Mitch McCarron, Dusty Hannes, Daniel Johnson and co. playing host to the best team in the competition with the top two scorers in the NBL, Bryce Cotton and Vic Law. Great to have your company wherever you might be watching, and great to have the company of former NBL player and the #1 basketball journalist in the land, Liam Santa Maria, and Melbourne United Championship winner, Peter Hooley. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Dwayne. Excited for this one. Geez, it's been a while since we've seen these two teams, and the 36ers in particular, 31 days. We've had to wait since they've been out on the floor, so nice to see them back on their home court.
And it's got a big challenge ahead. The Wildcats, they were playing well. We haven't seen them since New Year's Eve either, so looking forward to seeing both these teams.
Let's have a look at the DoorDash starting five for the 36ers. Hungry, thirsty, all of the above. Just DoorDash it. Place your order now.
Sunday Dedge back in the lineup, ready to make his NBL22 debut, and the Adelaide 36ers made a change to their starting lineup. Isaac Humphrey's out, Cam Bairstow in, their first change to their starters this season.
Wouldn't be a game in Adelaide without some Adelaide royalty downstairs. John Casey is with us for the broadcast again. A short time ago, he caught up with 36ers coach CJ Bruton.
The 36ers have had to wait longer than any other team in the Hungry Jacks NBL to get back on the floor. I'm sure they're thrilled about that. But for Coach CJ Bruton, you're going to earn your money tonight trying to bring this together so quickly.
Definitely, Case. It's exciting to play a game of basketball. I think like everyone that's been in this sort of position is very thrilled to be on the floor. Clearly we've seen some flaws coming out in the first quarter for those teams as well. I hope we can break that trend.
The best player in the competition, Bryce Cotton, comes to town. Fortunately for you, you get Sunday Dedge back, your key defender. That must be great.
Definitely great. He's only been out one day and on the floor. So I think everyone's expectations needs to be clear on where he's at and how we use him throughout this game to be mindful. He's a big heart guy. He's been a player that gives a lot for this team in the past and even now. And we need him going not only for this game, but just going forward.
Will you restrict his minutes?
At this point in time, we're trying to win the game, Case. So whatever it takes to win a game, I'm sure he's put his hand up, as a few of our boys that have come out of this situation of COVID, of saying that I'm in if you need me. But they also understand that when you haven't played in a certain amount of days, what can you really give? So their mindset to get on the floor, the effort that's needed to play at a high level professional sport, it's not easy when you've been sitting behind closed doors.
Great to be back. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Great to hear that answer from CJ Bruton. They're out to win a game. It's going to be a tough one to win. Perth at top, and they've got some of the big guns of the comp.
Well, they do. They have that man right there who hasn't necessarily played too well at the entertainment centre, but there's the starting five we're probably going to expect for quite a while from the Wildcats. Mitch Norton getting his first start of the season. Todd Blanchfield back into the lineup, which was good. Scary knee injury on the 17th of December, but he's back in, so this is pretty close to full strength, minus Luke Travers and a couple of others.
So a little bit of shake-up for the Wildcats. Also, Scott Morris in a chat with John Casey.
Scott, the COVID scenario's been difficult for everyone. How have you handled it as a group?
Well, we all got it pretty much. That's how we handled it. At least most of the guys have. So, you know, as long as everyone's healthy and no one's really suffering from a whole lot of symptoms, it's almost better to get it out of the way in terms of the competition. So, you know, here we are. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it reacts to it. We didn't get much time to prepare after coming out of quarantine. Only 2 full training sessions, so it's going to be interesting to see how the guys react.
We've seen teams come back from a break and struggle early in games. Have you discussed that and how to guard against that?
We discussed that it's not going to be an excuse for us. We've talked about it. It's a real thing coming back from something like that. But we can get shorter shifts, call timeouts, things like that. We don't want to use it as an excuse or a crutch going into the game for sure.
Appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Should be a good one. Big crowd in the house, Adelaide Entertainment Centre, and ball in the air from the tip-off. 36ers will get first use of it. Mitch McCarron not played for 31 days, the 36ers, so it's hard to know how they're going to come out, but at the same time, Wildcats haven't played for 18. There has been a little bit of a layoff, and Todd Withers giving some responsibility from his coach.
Well, this is going to be the interesting end for the Adelaide 36ers. We spoke about them switching up the starting lineup. They played each other in round 1. Vic Law went for 37 in that game. So Cam Bairstow with the matchup to start on Vic Law. You see they'll rotate a few bodies through him, you'd think.
So here is Vic Law, the man Pete Hurley's talking about, takes on Bairstow, gets inside, tried to Euro step, but he travelled. 36ers ball.
Yeah, he was massive that night. Vic Law made a real statement right out of the gate. Daniel Johnson was that primary matchup that night, and Vic Law went to work. So Cam Bairstow, as you say, off the opening tip.
Now Bairstow gets his chance. Daniel Johnson gets inside, tough shot, puts it up. Vic Law pulls down the rebound and touched the line. So it's a 36ers ball, has to give it back. Yeah, that was his Perth Wildcats debut, Vic Law. 37 points last time these two teams met. What a statement he's made since joining the Wildcats. Vic Law, arguably the best dynamic duo in the competition. McCarron drops an early 3. That's nice to see on the board.
It's going to be very good. Mitch McCarron, and that last game the Adelaide 36ers played, that was such a disappointing effort from them up at Cairns, and they did well to make the scoreboard look a lot more flattering than it should have towards the end of the game, but they had to sit on that one for a long time, and I think Mitch McCarron trying to figure out now how to try and take control of this team.
And here he is on cue. Dusty Hannes, who can get extremely hot. Here is Dusty, up fake, got inside, stepped past him and floated it in.
Nice couple of possessions for Adelaide. I like going to Todd Withers in the block there on Michael Frazier. Got a bit of a size advantage down low, and Dusty Hannes and Mitch McCarron both in an aggressive mindset out of the gate.
And Juk takes it to the rack and gets it to roll home. McCarron. Peter Hurley was talking about their last performance. It was a long time ago, but they were down by 40 in that game against Cairns. DJ from outside. That'll do.
Well, that's a big knockdown. Daniel Johnson only shooting 19% from 3 this season. This is a man who can score pretty efficiently when he goes about his business, but really promising start the first couple of minutes here from the Sixers.
Wildcats top of the Hungry Jacks NBL ladder. They are the team to beat, but they're always the team to beat. 5 wins, 1 loss so far this season. Dusty Hannah takes it inside. Difficult spin move, and it's still a 36ers ball as we head back downstairs to our man, John Casey. Welcome back to you, John.
Thanks, Dwayno. Great to be here. Great atmosphere. Big crowd in the house as well. Just to put some context around the fact that Cambesto's starting here tonight, Isaac Humphries, who he's replaced, along with Sunday Detch, Manny Malou and Tad Duvermeyer, who's not playing tonight, those 4 players all came out of COVID protocols yesterday. So they haven't had much of a chance to assimilate with the team. And a touch player like Isaac Humphries, it's always going to be tough. So he'll come off the bench here tonight. And DJ, great to see him knocking down some threes. He was knocking them down really well in the shoot-around. So he's set for a big game. And right now, good start from Adelaide.
Yeah, nicely explained, John. A lot of sporting teams, not just NBL teams, are facing the same situation. Players coming out of COVID protocol as Dusty Hannes sees it flicked away. Matt Hodgson, it'll count.
Early into the game, Matt Hodgson. Here's that take from Dusty Hannes. Goaltending from Hodgson, but early sub. Hodgson comes in, Majuk comes out. They go right at the big fella down low, and he finishes at the rim.
Dusty Hannes on the defensive end can't stop that one from dropping in, and Mitch Norton gets on the board.
Not only that, they've taken out Vic Law and Bryce Cotton as well. And listening to Scott Morrison in that chat with Case to start the game, you might see a bit of ice hockey substitutions in this one with guys just getting a bit quick of a rest than they normally would, trying to get some fresh bodies in there and try and keep everybody trying to tick over as quickly as possible.
That was Michael Frazier putting up that shot. Adelaide quickly down the floor. Daniel Johnson saw it go halfway down and poke back out to Michael Frazier. Mitch Norton again. Bairstow. CJ Bruton asking them to use the time available. Bairstow turns inside. Couldn't get it to drop, but will go to the free throw line, and there is the dynamic duo having an early sit down. Vic Law, Bryce Cotton.
Yeah, top 2 scorers in the league. Very unusual to see 2 guys from the same team leading the scoring ranks, and a lot of post touches early for Adelaide in this one. Going it, Todd Withers down there a couple of possessions. Having a look at Daniel Johnson. They started with a bit of a bigger lineup than the Wildcats. And there, Cam Bairstow down low. Oh, I don't mind it. Put a little heat on those mismatches, put some pressure on the defense and the officials, and really nice start here from Adelaide.
Cam Bairstow, one of the all-time greats, 66% in the free throw line though, and only one of the 2 there. Man who's played 36 NBA games with the Bulls, was picked 49 back in the 2014 NBA draft. There's some stars on the floor for both teams in this one. But 2 of them not on the floor at the moment. Law and Cotton. That's a tough ask with the attempt at the bucket from Todd Blanchfield. He's had a few injury issues of his own, some knee problems. And Sunday Detch talked about quite a bit. First game of the season, missed the first 5 with a thigh injury.
And back to you talk about two players from the same team leading the league in scoring. Great stat man came up with. The last time that happened in a season, 1986, was the Melbourne Tigers. Paul Stanley averaged 33.8 points a game. Did you have a guess of the other bloke who probably led the league in scoring? The great man, the GOAT, Andrew Gaze, 36.9 points a game, and the rest of the team averaged 37. So there you go. That speaks volumes. I'm surprised anybody got enough shots up to score 33 points a game playing with Gazy.
That'll get back. You're working with them on the weekend. Great to have Peter Hurley, Liam Santa Maria, John Casey with us for this one at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre with big stadium full of fans. Good to see fans at some midweek hoops. 11-7. Good start for the home team. Mitch McCarron for the 3. That's a couple for Mitch early.
Love it from Mitch McCarron. Needs to be aggressive at the offensive end. And geez, he's had plenty of time to think about it since they last played. And a couple of little moments where he had a bit of daylight here in the first 5 minutes, and he's let it fly. 2 of 2 from long range.
Michael Frazier. Long range 2. Rebound pulled down by Harris. Getting some court time for the 36ers. Mitch McCarron. Will he give it some thought again here? Fed by DJ. Little behind the back. That'll do. Harris puts the finishing touch on it.
Well, it's great ball movement. Ball through hands, cutting away from the ball. Back door, good pass from DJ, and then good extra pass from Mitch McCarron.
And Mitch pulls down that rebound. They are hot right now. This is the team that lost by 4, that lost by 26, after being down by 40. Last time out, and add an extra one as he goes to the line. Sunday Detch with a 3 and an extra to come.
He's banked that.
Yeah, off the glass.
He's banked that in the corner. I reckon it's been blocked as well.
This is Mitch McCarron. This gets a little step and a little moment, lets it fly, and then beautiful ball movement from the 36ers. Well-timed execution, and you're right, in the corner.
Little piece of the arm,
Little piece of the ball, and then goes in off the glass. The Sunday Detch on debut.
Former Wildcats championship winner Sunday Detch. Second season of the 36ers, first game back after injury this season. Great start, 36ers, 19-7. Here's Scott Morrison.
Quick pick and rolls, this side, okay, horns, quick stuff to get into the paint early. Down there, we're fouling on shooters. Got to be more physical on the ball handler. Physical on ball handler, physical on cutters. Shot goes up, contest without fouling. Put a body on someone, clean it and run. All right? Down here, attack the paint. Every time we settle, we don't score. We get in the paint, we get something good. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Well, they're 0-4 from long range, the Wildcats, in the early going here. 3 of 9 overall, so you heard the message loud and clear there from Scott Morrison. Wants his guys to be more aggressive, get some paint touches. So let's see what kind of response he gets. Bryce Cotton back out there, Vic Law back out there. Some more offensive firepower to put that into action.
Well, we kind of called for it after the Adelaide 36ers last game. Mitch McCarron, big off-season signing, one of the biggest around the league. For him just to take control and take ownership of this team, and we've seen it in the first 6 minutes here. He's knocked down the 2 threes, but he's crashing the glass hard on the defensive end and pushing the ball hard. Got a couple of assists. This is what he's going to have to do. We know he's the captain of the team, but to be able to lead by example as well, go out there, set the tone, and then the rest of the team has to come along with you.
Detch to go to the line to complete the 4-point play. Got a good record at home against Perth, the 36ers. Won 8 of their last 11 home games against the Wildcats. And he completes it. And they've been able to keep Bryce Cotton quiet by normal Bryce Cotton standards.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? Every time you play the Wildcats, how do you go keeping Bryce Cotton under wraps? And he's just 4 of 25 from 3 in this venue over his past 3 games.
Which is saying something, given that he's one of the big stars of the competition everywhere else. Wagstaff from the corner. And the veteran can't get it to drop.
Well, he's shooting a career low from the field to start this season, Bryce Cotton, just 39%, and he's leading the league in scoring at that rate. He's taken just under 20 shots a game, which is a career most for him. Do you think once he starts to get into a rhythm and knock him down, then at this rate?
The fact that we've just mentioned all those numbers almost guaranteed that he's going to spark up and dominate this game at some stage. McCarron back out, Mojave King back to McCarron. Shot clock winding down, he had to get one up and he turned it over. Kevin White. Vic Law, Kevin White. Had some time, gave it some thought, decided to put the shot up himself. Another rebound, McCarron to the corner, same corner, almost the same result. He tried to bank it again. Sunday Detch. Mojave King. That'll be beautiful to watch on the replay.
Huge for Mojave King. Confidence. That knockdown from 3, and really good help from Mitch McCarron defensively that previous possession. Doubling down to help Mo King in the block.
Bryce Cotton puts it up, it rattled back out, but the putback, and John. It was there for him and he's disappointed. Yeah, Bryce Cotton, it's an interesting world he lives in. 8 times he's played here, 2 wins and 6 losses for Bryce Cotton.
And this is what you're talking about, Liam. Watch Mitch McCarron go to help Mojave King, but watch Sunday Detch just stunt at, not let the pass go across to Bryce Cotton, make Kevin White have to knock down a couple. That's just really good team defense from the Adelaide 36ers.
Cotton ran into a brick wall just then as well, to emphasise what Pete Hurley's saying. Madger wants to make amends for his last miss. Can't. Vic Law mops it up. He's double teamed, pokes it up, air ball. Another stop for the 36ers to a round of applause. King Johnson. DJ wants a piece of the action here. He's fouled.
He's just such a great option. Every time down the floor, Daniel Johnson has been for such a long time there in Adelaide. You hear CJ Bruton on the sideline saying, get a good one. Well, rolling the ball into Daniel Johnson in the block is always a good way to go about it. He's so patient, gets a really good read of the defense, draws the foul, gets to the strike.
This is going to be the challenge for the Wildcats. We know they're going to face that little period now on the road of how do you bring your own energy into an away venue. We've seen the New Zealand Breakers trying to figure that out in NBL22, and they've started to do it with the style of play. So the Perth Wildcats know that when they get up and about, they can really just turn it on and silence some teams themselves. So expected somewhat of a slow start potentially with what they've been through, but now they've got to really clamp up on the defensive end. At 25 points in the first 8 minutes, that's just way too many.
Gone against the grain a little. Teams that have had a long break have been rusty coming back. 36ers coming back from 31 days without a game. Not rusty at all. 25-7. Frazier, nowhere to go. Vic Law. Double team. Back out. Frazier rims out. Big rebound to collect. And the desperation from the 36ers applauded by their fans. McCarron, they can smell some more blood here before quarter time. Withers. And again, Bairstow knocked it clear to get another possession for the 36ers. Dusty Hannes taking some time. Tough fade away. Bairstow still there. Flicked back out by McCarron. Frazier down the floor. Cotton still hasn't scored yet. Hands it to Law, and the dynamic duo finally get to work.
Beautiful play from Bryce Cotton. The timing wasn't quite there on the kick ahead, and as he spaced out to the corner, was going to let it fly, and saw his running mate right at the rim.
Bairstow. Hannes goes back to the corner. Withers with another three, and they are firing left, right and centre, the 36ers.
Well, they're stroking it from outside right now. 6 of 9 compared to the Wildcats 0 of 8. Now by 19.
Here's that play. Bryce Cotton, just a late change of mind to lob it up, and Vic Law knew what to do with it.
John Casey downstairs.
Dwayne, the Wildcats went 5 minutes without a field goal during that stretch there as Adelaide moved on to this lead. But I'm sitting adjacent to the Wildcats bench, and Scott Morrison is working the referees hard. He feels the 36ers are getting away with a lot of contact at their defensive end, and he'd like to change that up a little.
Well, they're the initiators, no doubt about it. They've been on the front foot, they've been more physical, and sometimes if you come out like that, you get the benefit of the whistle. Melbourne United have shown the way in that regard recently. Vic Law, good work on the offensive glass. Cam Bairstow sends him away.
That was fantastic. That's the flavour of this entire first quarter, wrapped up in that rebound as Dusty tried to sneak the continuation on them. Dusty Hannes not given it.
Well,
Adelaide 36ers have it with 30 seconds left.
It looks like we might have a tech foul here on Vic Law.
You're shifting him back, he's straight up, Vic.
Was unhappy with, did all the hard work, as you said, Liam, on that offensive glass. Then went up with his right hand, got blocked by Bairstow. Didn't like the no call, and let the referee know about it. Double down, that gets a tech foul for his troubles.
So you're telling me the Law didn't win? I like it, Pete Hurley. 29-10, 30 seconds left. 36ers ball. Bairstow. Trying to feed it inside. Harris back out. Shot clock down to 4. Bairstow fade away 2. Frazier under the bucket. Last say of the quarter for the Wildcats, and they need some momentum. Whose shot to take? Bryce Cotton, where is he? Frazier had to take it himself and dropped it on the buzzer. Awesome. Michael Frazier, what they brought him to town for. 29-13, quarter time, Adelaide Entertainment Centre. The big guns, Law and Cotton, might not be firing just yet, but you know they're just warming up. 29-13, don't go anywhere. Hot start from the home team, the Adelaide 36ers. Top team in the competition, the Wildcats. Well, we've seen this movie before, haven't we, Liam, Santa Maria, where they've been down early?
Well, it's been a long time between drinks, but yeah, you're right. Last two games have been a little quiet. Now in the first quarter, the Wildcats down 18 in the first quarter of this one at one point and of their last game against Cairns. And of course, they only scored 11 in the first quarter of that one. Came back to win on the back of some Bryce Cotton brilliance.
He nearly did it for you. Nice reverse was on offer as you were wrapping him up, but it was rejected by Todd Withers.
I tell you what, really strong quarter from the Adelaide 36ers, both ends of the floor. Yes, shooting the heck out of it, but I like their energy defensively and on the glass. And Mitch McCarron swooping in, 7 defensive rebounds in that first quarter.
Mitch Norton couldn't get them to start. They were after Frazier. Dropped that bucket on the buzzer, hands it to Vic Law, hung in the air, banked it in.
It's tough from Vic Law, those extra opportunities. That's what the Wildcats have to do to lift the energy, crash the offensive glass, and then lock up on the defensive end, get out in transition, try and spark something.
Dusty Hannahs hasn't had to light it up just yet. Bairstow just crept in, spin move. How about that?
Oh, that was pretty. Damn, Bairstow.
Brought the crowd to their feet. Mitch Norton ran into a roadblock in. Cam Bairstow is inspired right now.
Have a look at this. Stops on a dime, spins away with the left. And then gets called for the foul on the other end. Mitch Norton going straight through his hip. But you're right, Liam. Mitch McCarron really is the one who set the tone. You can just see there's just a shift in the way he started this game, and it's what the 36ers have been missing the entire season. Now they've got to keep it, sustain it for the rest of this game and beyond. But he only sat down for about 15 to 20 seconds of that first quarter, so TJ Bruton running with him for as long as he needs, until he needs a break.
Frazier lost the handle for a second, put it up from halfway. Good D from the 36ers, get the stop again. And the #1 scorer in the competition, Bryce Cotton, averaging 25 points a game, still yet to score. McCarron, Bairstow, leave him free at your peril.
Oh my, Cam Bairstow having some kind of season. First game starting in this one, but there's been some talk recently about best six-man candidates. Jeremiah Martin, Xavier Rattan-Mays. Well, Cam Bairstow has to be in that conversation as well because he has been terrific so far in his first year in Adelaide.
Rims out from the hand of Hodgson, and they'll get a second go at it. Bryce Cotton gets a chance to score here. Floater on the run, and he'll go to the line for a free throw, and he's been getting to the line quite a bit.
Here he is, Cam Bairstow. Knocks that one down. Little pick and pop, moving really well, which is the best part about seeing him out there. And on the other end, Perth Wildcats, when they get through a half-court set, the Sixers, the energy on defense, the movement, everybody helping each other out is fantastic. They just got to secure the bullets because Mitch Norton getting his hands on a couple of offensive rebounds, giving them a second opportunity. Can't afford to do that with a team that has the talent like the Perth Wildcats. It'll come back and bite you eventually.
Well, they dominated the glass in the first sort of 8 minutes of the game. Last couple of minutes of the first quarter, first couple of minutes here of the second, Perth have been way more active on the offensive glass and getting extra opportunities.
A man who's 88% from the free throw line missed one as well. There, Bryce Cotton pulls down this rebound as it fired straight back at Withers. Bryce to Vic. Bairstow to McCarron. Crowd enjoying this. 36ers need to win this, or they drop off the pace a little. Daniel Johnson, and the putback by Withers.
It's the size. Those matchups, they've got a bit of an advantage there. Johnson has the advantage over Vic Law. Todd Withers, a little size advantage over Michael Frazier. Taking advantage down low there.
Step back three. Bryce Cotton's forte normally, and he can't nail that. Mitchell pulls it back out. Frazier steps it back in. He attacked Bairstow and went straight through him.
Boy, Scott Morrison doesn't like that one at all. Offensive foul, Michael Frazier putting his head down. And might have a case. Yeah, Bairstow trying to shuffle in front, and we could have a challenge here. He's called a timeout potentially to, or maybe he just wants to call the troops in and have a chat. Definitely got a warning here.
Because I don't have vision on that play. I got 4 players between me. I got 4 players between me and the contest. I'm going to get you an answer. I'm going to come back.
John Casey downstairs, getting heated at the moment, John.
Dwayne, Scott Morrison's just been given an official warning. We know Flick Law picked up a technical foul in that first quarter. It's a tough night at the office here for the Perth Wildcats, and right now they're not handling the heat that Adelaide is serving up.
And this floor has caused a problem or two. We've talked about it a bit. Let's have a listen in to CJ Bruton.
So, stay with me, right? First of all, let's talk about the D. Again, get in front. You got to box out. Only one shot for them. Come on now. It's too easy. Out of here. Wide elbow. In the elbow. Elbow hit. Back cut. Elbow hit. Throw it here. Back cut. Pop out. On that. If you don't have this, skip it. Macca, come off it. Make a play. Yes. No, he's out. H is in.
Well, I thought there might have potentially been a challenge there. There isn't one from Scott Morrison. He's just working over the rest. But having another look, Michael Frazier putting his head down. Cam Bairstow, he's still moving there, going to the right. Definitely gets hit pretty hard, but Scott Morrison was either going to challenge it, try and swing the momentum back that way if he wins a challenge. Doesn't do it, and I thought the only other way to really try and, if you want to get the refs on your side, swing the momentum. We've seen them, coaches up, try to take a tech foul and see if that helps. So none of the two, just a timeout to try and get everybody on the right page.
Haven't seen a coach argue a decision, get a warning, and then challenge it and win the challenge. Yeah,
it would have been a first, but I thought I'm not sure, he looked like he was a bit moving to the right.
Yeah, he was still sliding, but you can still be sliding if you're in legal guarding position, and he took that hit right down the numbers. So it was a bang-bang play. They're the hardest one.
Daniel Johnson with the big arc, and nearly the foul to go with it.
Well, that hurts. Firing. Adelaide 36 of them. They're up and about. The Sixers fans had a lot of time to stew on that bad performance in Cairns. And here, Daniel Johnson just stares down Vic Law, rises up, and drills it over the outstretched hand.
Hard to believe they were down by 40 last game. And they are building a huge buffer here against the top team on the Hungry Jacks NBL ladder. A lot of game time left. Mitch McCarron, who started all this, a look away to Bairstow, who nails another one.
Well, Dwayne, I know we like early calls here, so I'm going to go for it. Mitch McCarron right now, 6 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and we still have plenty left in this quarter and the rest of the game. This is what we expected. He's a man who does everything very well. So now he's getting involved on every end. There he is again on the glass. Don't be surprised if he puts some triple-double numbers by into this one.
Did you watch this game earlier today? You know exactly what he's up to. Dusty Hannes, part of the seas, went to the bucket, foul in the end. So it will be a 36ers ball. Harris to take it.
Well, we spoke about this about Mitch McCarron. After that loss in Cairns, dissecting that performance from Adelaide, is Bairstow in the corner off that skip pass from McCarron, catch and shoot his second knockdown from long range. And we said Mitch McCarron needs to be the guy for this Adelaide 36ers team who sets the tempo. Doesn't need to be their leading scorer. We know if he's playing at a high level, he's going to fill the box score. But he needs to set the tempo for them in terms of their energy, in terms of their effort defensively and on the glass, and in terms of their pace of play offensively. And he has done that in a big way over the first 14 minutes of this one.
And it seems like with no Tad Duffelmeyer tonight, guys still coming back from COVID protocols, that CJ Bruton just saying, unless you need a break, I'm going to leave you out there, because as he said, he's doing absolutely everything right now, and it's the reason they've got this massive lead.
Kevin White threw it up. Blanchfield. Vic Law had to save it. Shot clock winding down. 3 come at Law. Blanchfield from outside. Didn't get the friendly bounce. And Harris. H has been hot.
They are now 1 from 15 from three-point territory, the Wildcats.
Johnson. Withers, like what he saw ahead of him, couldn't finish. Vic Law. Bryce working for him. Vic Law pull up from the top. Well, they've stopped the sheriff, but they can't stop the deputy at the moment. Hannes straight back down the floor, didn't get the friendly roll.
Well, if you're Perth Wildcats fans thinking this is not going the right way, I think about last year, NBL Cup. Adelaide were beating Perth by 26 in the second quarter, and if you remember how that game ended up, they ended up losing that game by 9. So Perth came back and absolutely rolled over them in the second half. So they're hoping something similar can happen in this one, but it's going to start with getting some stops. You get a knockdown from Vic Law, and you go down the other end, give a foul to Dusty Hannes, let him go to the free throw line where it's pretty much automatic. That's not going to help you get closer in this one.
It's been a barometer for the 36ers as well, Dusty Hannes.
Well, he hasn't knocked one down from three-point territory so far tonight. Time to dust off your three-point game. That's some sharp work.
Is that you?
That's by the producer, Nicole. Well done. And Adelaide's 2 wins. He's 5 of 8 from long range. 62% hasn't hit from three-point territory in any of their 3 losses. So, of course, we knew coming into the season he's going to be a key. Got to get him going.
Bryce Cotton high off the glass, and Cotton on the board. Had a free throw. That's his first field goal. Sunday Detch takes on Bryce. Got past him to the corner. Dropped a few from there over time. Daniel Johnson, not this time. Cotton quickly down the floor. Blanchfield. With that trademark Blanchfield poke up, and he gets it in.
Poke up? I reckon that's what it is, because it's in between a jump shot. It's not really a floater. That's just what he's made his own. That is his go-to move. Todd Blanchfield. Can they get us another stop? Consecutive stops together. Well,
DJ, the spin. He spun so quick, he come out dry and dropped the 2 on him.
There's no stopping that. Daniel Johnson, speaking of go-to shots, that's one of his where he is money, that fadeaway. The slowest, quickest fadeaway there is.
Vic Law trading buckets now, these 2 teams.
Right back at him. Vic Law on the perimeter. Daniel Johnson down low. These 2 going head-to-head.
Withers gets a turn. Rebound for Blanchfield. Still a ton of game time left, and Perth, just to remind you, top team in the competition with the top 2 scorers in the competition. Vic Law and Bryce Cotton. And they're just starting to warm up now. Here's Vic Law, double teamed. Blanchfield from the top. Rebound, huge, and the reverse put back from Hodgson.
Well, you want to talk about trademark. Yeah. That's Matt Hodgson's. Signed, sealed, and delivered. The reverse dunk down low. And timeout, Adelaide. He talked about second chance opportunities in the last timeout. CJ Bruton. And that's 8 offensive rebounds now for Perth as they build a little momentum.
Cameron Bairstow, been one of the stars of the show. He's been an icon of the competition. NBA star for a while with the Chicago Bulls, but boys, he delivered again tonight.
Well, he has, and just good to see him healthy, running around. We know he's had his hard luck dealing with injuries, but this is what he can do. The guy can pick and pop when he starts feeling good about himself. The best part about it, he's getting in the right spots to be successful. And the credit, obviously, the style of play they're playing with Mitch McCarron as a point guard. But what else helps, he's playing alongside Daniel Johnson, who's going to spread the floor on one and take defenders away. It's just a really good spot for him to be in. Isaac Humphries yet to check in, obviously coming back a bit slower from COVID than they would have liked.
He was a risk-reward signing, wasn't he, Cam Bairstow? He was essentially on the scrap heap for most of the off-season. Teams overlooking him and not willing to take the risk, given his injury history in recent times. And Jeff Van Groningen, the Adelaide 36ers, decided, well, it was worth it at that point. And, geez, hasn't it paid off? He's been in outstanding form and looks to be moving well, feeling well, playing well.
12 points for Daniel Johnson so far in this one. Look about how good a player he's been. More points and more rebounds than any other active NBL player. And a big 3 minutes coming up here to halftime. Adelaide led by 16 at quarter time. 48-26 now. Harris, Johnson, Detch, DJ. Foul on the way, didn't get the lucky roll, but will go to the line where it's pretty handy at 80%.
This is a high IQ basketball by the Adelaide 36ers. Come out of the timeout. Look, Mitch McCarron's not out on the floor, so you can't play through him. Cam Bairstow's not out there all of a sudden. So get the ball through hands, and then let's play through Daniel Johnson in the block. He's getting himself going. He's the game-leading scorer. 13 now for DJ. Getting himself to the free throw line. He's 5 of 5 from there. So high IQ execution from the 36ers.
This is another thing they have missed early in the season with Sunday Detch in the lineup for when Mitch McCarron does take a breather. Let him bring the ball up a little bit more level-headed to get guys into the right spots, run through that offense like they're doing so well to start this one. And it's definitely great to have him back out on the floor.
Detch fouls Cotton.
We knocked it out of bounds, actually.
Oh, did he? Okay, so it's still...
This is the matchup we kind of look forward to. It's, Mitch McCarron on Bryce Cotton off the tip. Sunday Detch has that matchup right now. And Cotton, 1 from 4 from the field. Just 3 points so far in this opening half.
I want to give it back to him, but Detch stopped that from happening. Vic Law looks up. Double team. Had to throw it back out. White. Detch. Hannah's. Law. Quickly down the floor. Bryce free this time. Takes on King. Tough bucket. Almost threw it up so he could get the rebound and jam it. But didn't quite work. Mojave King. And Mojave King sees that rim out. And Vic Law, another rebound. Fighting hard on the defensive end.
They completely lost Mojave King there, the Wildcats. And young fella just needed a cut towards the bucket. Would have had an easy finish at the rim.
Vic Law, big bomb to drop that one. 3 points as we edge to half-time. They're edging back into it.
Well, Vic Law's been the one in the last few minutes, both on the offensive end, but cleaning up the defensive glass as well, trying to bring his energy.
Here goes Bryce, all the way. And the jam.
They're sneaky bunnies on Bryce Cotton, but trying something different, getting after the ball. Just here's Scott Morris. This is all about the energy. Playing away from home. The Adelaide 36ers are playing really well. How do you silence the crowd, take them out of it? It's going to be on the defensive end.
Little finer steal again. Bryce Johnson ahead of him, just Euros past him and drops another 2 in. 7-point run for the Wildcats.
This is outstanding work at the defensive end and triggered by Jesse Wagstaff, the veteran, and his his aggressive pick and roll coverages, turning this game on its head.
Sunday Detch, Jesse gets in his grill and he still drops it off the glass. There is Jesse Wagstaff. He's been one of the big guns in the band for a long, long period of time. Jesse Wagstaff.
Here are those coverages. Look at Jesse Wagstaff. Just jump out and be aggressive on the ball there. It gives Bryce Cotton an easy finish in transition. And then next possession, does it again. Comes out, active hands from both Wagstaff and Cotton. 2 steals, 2 buckets. A little bit of momentum for the Cats.
Well, it's a great job by Wagstaff to get out there with that hard show, aggressive, almost a trap, and then Bryce Cotton to stay with it as well, to try and get their hands on the ball so he can get out in transition. Unfortunately, he gets the foul with a 3-point play potential when they were closing out this second quarter with some momentum.
It's been like Ringo Starr. Jesse Wagstaff, he's just banging away in the background the whole time, letting the big guns sing, and every now and then they let him sing one himself. What a star he's been. 43 seconds left, 52-33. Jesse Wagstaff, 6-time championship winner with the Wildcats. 2 for 1 on offer here for the Wildcats to finish the half. Bryce took it inside, handed it up to Vic Law, foul. And the dynamic duo just starting to go to work.
It's an outstanding pass from Bryce Cotton, trying to get that 2 for 1. Trying to break down Mitch McCarron, kept his dribble alive, and then a little wraparound pass to Vic Law, who did very well to move out of the way underneath the dunker spot, get to the other side. Otherwise, you would have driven his defender right into Bryce Cotton, and it might end up being a turnover or a forced shot. So, well done, Bryce Cotton, to keep your dribble alive, but well done, Vic Law, to move underneath the ball.
Timeout being called. 32 seconds left for the half, and again, 36ers have won 8 of their last 11 home games against the Wildcats. Came into this having not played for 31 days. 18th of December was their last game, the Wildcats, and a few were worried about what kind of effect that would have, given it's had an effect on a few other teams when they've come back from long breaks, but they've been hot. Can they sustain it? Here's Scott Morrison.
Post 4, 1 possession, you got a rebound. Down here, put Johnson right here, okay? Put Johnson here. Mojave King here. Doesn't matter, Bryce, okay? Mojave King, hip step. Mojave King, get the switch, right into the step up with Johnson. Okay, let's go. 1 stop.
We're so fortunate to be able to slide into the timeouts and listen to the coaches. We can't ever take that for granted. And you hear Scott Morrison really trying to focus on Daniel Johnson and Mojave King. Really says no one else, doesn't matter about these other guys. We need to make sure we go at those two. And watch the execution from the Wildcats here as they try to take advantage of those guys.
John Casey downstairs was listening to CJ Bruton.
Actually talking to CJ Bruton. In fact, Dwayno, he was going to challenge that call. He raced to the bench and wanted to signal for a coach's challenge. Jamie Perlman luckily got to him and said, we don't have any timeouts left. So they rescinded that, but I just asked him, he said, yeah, I thought he got all balls. So that's the way it stands right now.
Well, he's the only coach left with 100% successful coaches challenge rate in the league. So
John Casey just goes up to the coach, has a word.
Just mid-game.
Critical part of the game.
Have a little chit-chat.
Tip or two. Great to see so many fans in the house as well. That little girl having a fun night out with the fam. A little chip or two. Dying seconds. Wildcats will get it back. See that shot clock, game clock differential. McCarron. Hannahs. Johnson has to put it up with 2 left. Awesome from DJ.
Not sure I've ever seen him miss one of those, Dwayno. That is his trademark shot, and it just sizes up for it. If you take away him getting to the middle, where he likes to be able to draw contact, when he goes to the middle, he takes a couple of dribbles and then gets underneath your arms and will always get fouled when he gets to the middle of the floor. If you cut that off, it's just a slow spin, fade away. You can't reach it. He's 7 foot. You can't get to him. And he's got such a great touch on that.
So is it Bryce Cotton's shot to take? Normally the one to take at the last shot. Vic Law has to put it up from long range. And it doesn't go. Great contest between these two teams. 40 years of history between these two teams. Both joined the NBL back in '82. Have met 144 times. Adelaide winning 65, Perth 79. It's a fantastic rivalry, and it's continuing here in this one. The top team on the ladder, Perth Wildcats, away from home, getting a massive run from the home team as we go down to John Casey.
Great first half. Mitch, can you tell us how you orchestrated that?
Just defense. You know, our defense hasn't been good enough in our first games of the season, and we've had a month break to work on it, so I'm really proud of us.
You came out with an aggressive mindset, knocked down the first shot of the game. You're flirting with a triple-double, as you did the last time against Perth. You like this matchup?
Yeah, I don't care about the stats. I'm just happy we're up. You know, we let them back a little bit, but got a couple points at the end, so we're just about to win.
Great first half. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
Mitch McCarron there at half-time. Adelaide holding a handsome 21-point lead. They scored the first 8 points of the game, led by 16 at quarter-time. It was out as big as 28 during the second, but right now it's 55-34. Adelaide on top against the top team in the competition.
Great to have your company for this one at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. The half-time Hungry Jacks highlights, and there'll be plenty of highlights early from the 36ers. They opened up a 16-point lead at quarter-time, lead by 21 right now against the top team in the competition. The top two scorers in the competition are just starting to get going, Vic Law and Bryce Cotton. Massive second half coming up, but Adelaide 36ers look like they're not stopping in a hurry.
Well, they jumped them, didn't they? We've seen that from a few teams in recent weeks, and they just came out and punched Perth in the mouth at both ends of the floor. Mitch McCarron, what an outstanding first half from him. 6 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Cam Bairstow, the whole bunch of them. 9 of 17 from long range. Adelaide and Daniel Johnson, spectacular. There he is, 16 points, the game-leading scorer. Yes, Law and Cotton combining for 19 of Perth's 34, but geez, they've done a good job on Bryce Cotton so far. A couple of breakaways, finishes out there. All in all, just a sensational first half from Adelaide.
Well, it is. I mean, look at that three-point percentage for the Adelaide 36ers, and that was looking even better before the end of that second quarter. But Perth Wildcats just 2 of 19. One of those was a heave on the quarter-time siren from Michael Frazier. So they're doing a great job of protecting that, and it's their defence. They're helping each other. They're making them take late contested threes in the shot clock. CJ Bruton will be so happy with that, and it went from the start of the game. That's an exceptional way to come back after 31 days off to come and start like that.
Well, John Case is with us downstairs. John, they recruited a championship winner from Melbourne United, Mitch McCarron, over the off-season, and this is what they were hoping for.
Oh, you make the point very perfectly there, Dwayne. Oh, it is in fact exactly why they recruited him, and I've seen his growth here since he's been in Adelaide, getting around the group, just making sure things are done the right way, and we're seeing it tonight. There was a lot of talk about teams coming out without energy and without purpose when they're coming off a long break. Well, no surprise, Mitch McCarron knocks down the first 3 of the game. In fact, back-to-back triples in that opening quarter to set the tone. Those 7 boards that he had in that first quarter as well were impressive. He flirted with a triple-double the last time these two sides played back in Perth, and he's doing it here again tonight. I think we have to remember that back in that round 1 game, Adelaide were actually in front of Perth, in Perth, with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eventually the Wildcats found a way home, but Adelaide feel that they can really go with this Perth team.
Case, it's been the energy and the effort from Adelaide that's really impressed me in this first half. It was the big question mark coming out of their last game against the Taipans. What's that look like from courtside?
Well, you're certainly getting the feel within the group that the vibe is there in terms of the energy and everyone sharing in it. It's almost as if they decided that it is everyone has to be engaged if we're going to beat the top team in the competition. You're seeing lots of voice off the bench. You're seeing lots of animated players who are getting involved as well. And I don't think I've seen a game this season where Adelaide has been talking so much between plays and certainly during plays.
And Case, on the flip side, I mean, especially for the whole first quarter, we didn't see that energy or physicality from the Wildcats. Little spurts in the second quarter from Vic Law to start with, and then when Jesse Wagstaff and Bryce Cotton were trapping it. How do they look on that end?
Well, look, I'm sitting adjacent to the Wildcats, and it's obviously that they are struggling a little. We know that they've had COVID go through the group and are still struggling with that to a certain degree. Interestingly, it was like 60 seconds before the game tipped off, and Coach Scott Morrison and assistant coach Mike Kelly were nowhere to be seen. The players were looking a little flummoxed, and I actually joked to Matt Hodgson that he might have to take the huddle. But Jesse Wagstaff is doing a great job of engaging the group, but he was receiving treatment pre-game as well. So they're beat up, the Perth Wildcats at the moment, and Adelaide really took it to them early. Let's see if they can maintain that for the second half.
Great to have you, John. 34-55, half-time right now. Stick around. Big second half still to come from a packed Adelaide Entertainment Centre. And Vic Law could be the man in the second half.
Well, he's going to have to be. I mean, Bryce Cotton, everyone's going to put a lot of effort into Bryce Cotton, but it means Vic Law is going to have to be someone who really puts his input in this game. He's got 12 points, he's got a few rebounds, but he just started to make his presence known in that second quarter, especially when the second quarter started. Went a little bit quiet, other players started to pick up, but we know he's a superstar. We've seen it already this season and last season when he was playing for the Bullets. If he starts to really click into gear, maybe that loosens up Bryce Cotton a little bit. Other players can go around. There is his SodaStream shot chart, and a man who does shoot just under 50% from 3, but he's just got to get a bit more involved to hope everything else frees up.
Yeah, they've given him a couple of different looks defensively, haven't they, Adelaide? A little bit of Cambesto, a little bit of Todd Withers, a little bit of Daniel Johnson, just trying to keep Vic Law guessing, and he's trying to solve those problems at the offensive end and stay aggressive.
If you think you can play like Vic Law or Bryce Cotton or Cambesto, and Bunnings Warehouse are giving you the chance. We're giving you the chance to win your very own court at home. Enter now at win.nbl.com.au/Bunnings.
I was out there every day, so I think if I had a full court, you wouldn't get me inside.
Most of the games I played on the lower hoop, just to show my supreme athleticism.
I only worked on shooting, which is why that's really all I can do.
When you're 8 years old or 10 years old, it's the best thing in the world.
I had a basketball hoop and a little trampoline. I used to play back there for hours with my brother and get beat up a lot, but it was a lot of fun in the meantime.
I hope that one day when I grow up, I'll be able to give my kids a court at home as well.
That's where I lost a lot of games to my brother at.
It started at this height, and every year I got older, it moved higher and higher until I got to 10 foot, and I'm doing the same with my kids back at home.
My dad built one, so I had a little bit of like a half court going on, and that made my life the best, so I could never complain as a kid.
That was kind of like our sanctuary, our getaway from everything.
Fans have packed the Adelaide Entertainment Centre to see their 36ers against the top team on the Hungry Jacks NBL ladder. Weren't sure what we were going to get from the 36ers this season. They didn't lose a game pre-season. They were hot pre-season, lost a couple of games, and their game coming into this 31 days ago was a horror show, down by 40, losing by 26. But this has been the 36ers that the home fans were hoping for. 55-34, in control, but a lot of time left and an illegal screen.
Well, it's caught on Mitch McCarron there. He looks a bit confused. Not sure what's going on with that one, but Mitch McCarron saying a case at half-time just before that. He's getting another look at it here and just running into Bryce Cotton. Yeah, that's going to be called every time. And he said doesn't worry too much about his own stats as long as they get the win. Well, unfortunately for Mitch, they will probably go hand-in-hand a lot this season. When he's up and about playing well, Adelaide 36ers have a good chance.
Madjuk, three come at him, and it rattles its way out. Daniel Johnson fouled, trying to retrieve it.
What, 22? Oh.
Foul called on Madjuk.
That call down the other end was a big whistle. It's Mitch McCarron's third personal foul. Started the second half on 2 and picks up that third in the opening play. So needs to play smart and avoid that fourth if CJ's going to leave him out there.
Besto, sensational first half. Here is McCarron on cue. Too long in the key.
The Perth Wildcats right now, I'm going to go at Mitch McCarron. We know that he set the tone early and often in this game. And as you said, Liam, 3 fouls now. No Sunday Detch out there. He's the one on Bryce Cotton. So if you can go at him and try and put him in a situation to get him his 4th, that could really change the tide of this game.
Bairstow working hard on the defensive end to get a finger to that. Seven points for Bryce Cotton so far. It's been the Vic Law show, though, when he gets his chance, and that rattles out. And foul's been called.
I think they're going to give that ball to the Wildcats. Mitch Norton getting his hands involved, and they knocked it out of Cam Bairstow's hand out of bounds. And we're going to have a coach's challenge. Just having a bit of a look at that call. CJ Bruton was right on top of it, had a perfect view, and he thinks it came off the Wildcats.
Well, it's early in the game, coach's challenge, and you're about to tell me he's got a good record, are you?
100%. He is the only coach left in the league with 100%.
What's the sample size?
We don't know about that. He's 1 of 1, but it doesn't matter either way. It's 100%. But he's going to use it here. He seemed pretty confident about it.
A good stat with the truth.
But even still, Vic Law, it's one of the toughest shots in basketball from there. I'm surprised he didn't use the glass. Just tried to... Another look at it here. It's Vic Law deciding to try and just get the nice little... And if he's challenging the out of bounds, if there wasn't a foul call, then I don't think he's going to lose that.
Yeah. Looks like it comes off Bairstow's right elbow right there.
Just a big change in CJ Bruton's percentage. He was 100%. If he loses this, he's back to 50.
Your maths,
and it's an early,
your maths is impeccable.
Early use as well.
Are they also looking at to see did the ball go out of bounds?
Ah, so he might have saved it.
Well, can you
I'm not
challenge
sure
that?
if that is. Yeah, I'm not sure if that is challengeable. So that's just me talking through the play. I just saw him rewind and fast forward over that.
Coach's challenge is unsuccessful. They lose their timeout. The call on the floor stands. White ball.
Geez, that'd feel good, wouldn't it? You've made that call and they've challenged it. It is a very interesting time to use it in terms of, as you said, Mitch McCarron with 3 fouls. If his next one is on a rebounding contest, been crashing the glass hard, he's your floor general and captain.
Vic Law. Bairstow in his grill, finds Cotton, floats it up nicely on the hook.
The work off the ball from Bryce Cotton. That's what makes him so tough to guard. Not only does he have all the moves with his handle, but his ability to lose you off the ball. And he just got a little free space there from Mitch McCarron right at the rim.
Dusty Hannes hasn't let many fly just yet. Daniel Johnson, leading scorer. Bairstow flicked away by Frazier, and the shot clock violation sees it back again to the Wildcats.
Another look at Bryce Cotton. Keep an eye on Bryce Cotton. Mitch McCarron chasing him around, and then the back cut here as he spins, and Vic Law finds him underneath.
Here is Bryce on cue. Averaging 25 points a game coming into this, the leading scorer in the comp. Takes it inside, high off the glass. Madjuk the rebound, goes back at it. She's missed a few of those. And fouled.
He's going to get jams. He's going to go to the line for 2 because just slapping it up there and gets all of the wedgie and they'll go to the line for 2. That's the energy they need. It started on the defensive end. You saw everybody's hands up when Cam Bairstow had the ball in the middle of the floor. Michael Frazier got a hand on it. That's the defensive energy disruption that they need to bring to this one. And then on the offensive glass, again, that's 10 offensive rebounds for the Wildcats, who have evened up the rebounding count after being down early.
Only just better than 50% from the free throw line, though. Madjuk, 58%. And denies 3 Hungry Jack's burgers.
No, the young fella.
So many kids are up out of their chairs then. I'm devastated for them. Mitch McCarron weaving his way through them. Daniel Johnson from the corner. Yeah, baby.
Well, just teeing off, Daniel Johnson is 3 of 4 now, so why not? Get a little bit of space. Mitch McCarron making things happen once again. That's his 6th assist.
Bryce sliced through them and knocked away. Still a Wildcats ball.
This is part of why CJ's rolling the dice here with Mitch McCarron, is how valuable he is, the offensive end, from a playmaking perspective, setting up Daniel Johnson there in the corner. But, geez, you talk about rolling the dice, leaving him out there. Also, has the job of guarding Bryce Cotton, the most difficult defensive task in the league. So,
shot clock winding down on Bryce. Hasn't been his night. We talked about it earlier on. He hasn't had a good time of it on this floor as Mojave King sees it rim out. Bryce Cotton last time here scored just 10 points, none of 7 from three-point land.
you'd imagine it'd be just a minute or so before Sunday Detch checks into the game and maybe relieves Mitch McCarron of that matchup. Takes the pressure off a little bit. Meantime, Macca's got to get that done.
Frazier, little up fake didn't work. Didn't get Withers to bite. Withers stays with him. Withers right with him. Hands it up to Law, draws the foul. As the shot clock was expiring, and fans are disappointed with that.
Well, Todd Withers is flat right now because that was excellent one-on-one defense on the drive for Michael Frazier, and then Vic Law with the backdoor on Daniel Johnson, and that defense, talk about, they solved that problem and then stayed down on the closeout. Just use his body right there and just not let Michael Frazier get anywhere comfortable. Daniel Johnson fell asleep for a split second, allowed Vic Law to the back door, and not a whole lot in that. CJ Bruton was saying the hands are up, but no challenge left anymore.
Vic Law, 78% from the free throw line. Rattles it down. 2 seasons ago was playing in the NBA, Vic Law. 9 games for Orlando. And a star from the moment he stepped into the NBL. And he's kept them in touch. Ton of time left still. McCarron, little back flick. Bairstow, not this time. Law, another rebound. Well, he takes it himself. Tough off the glass, Daniel Johnson there to gather it. McCarron. Withers, McCarron. Hannes. Vic Law, another rebound to Bryce Cotton. Takes it inside on Dusty to the corner. Blanchfield drops it, and that could be huge.
Great find from Bryce Cotton, just probing in transition, trying to find an open avenue to score and put it right in Todd Blanchfield's shot pocket in the corner.
Creeping ever closer. Down by 21 at halftime. Vic Law pulling down rebound after rebound at the moment. 8 of them now.
And Isaac Humphries coming to the scorer's table for his first minutes of playing time tonight.
Hodgson. Single figure shot clock. Bairstow riding him. Hodgson takes him on and draws the foul. And Cam Bairstow in a little bit of foul trouble now too.
Here comes Isaac Humphries, and Adelaide 36ers fans loving it. As John Casey said earlier, just cleared COVID protocols yesterday, so just taking it easy, getting him back into shape. But that 3 ball from Mitch McCarron hasn't made too many mistakes in this game. After you've just missed, you've gone down, Todd Blanchfield's hit a transition 3. You need to get through a good offensive set just to make sure you steady the flow of the game. And Matt Hodgson here, chance to make everybody even more happy right now.
You can hear the chant, Hungry Jacks, Hungry Jacks.
Where's that kid though? Oh, they've done it to him. There he is. They've done it to him again.
Yeah. Well, Mum will take him anywhere on the way home.
You'd hope so.
Case might have to help him out.
McCarron. Humphries lost it. Frazier. Will he take on Hannes? Tries to Euro. Mitch McCarron picked his pocket, and they've got it back.
Balls McCarron and Hannes crowding That play in transition, I think it might have even been Hannah's got his hands on it at the last moment. I thought it went off the Wildcats.
I was with you as well, but in the end, Wildcats ball.
No challenge.
Well, not really too much
sleeve.
Much frustration from Mitch McCarron or Dusty Hannah's eye. I'm not sure if they were aware, but it definitely looked like it came off the knee. But
huge leap from Dusty Hannah's. Blanchfield with that poke and the flick and the rebound. Big round of applause as the rebound's pulled down by Isaac Humphries.
Big reason why CJ's put him in the game. Perth getting well on top here on the boards.
DJ, oh my goodness, it was too easy.
He's Mr. Bunny. The Wildcats continuing to build momentum.
And Johnson fouls Hodgson. And now Daniel Johnson. A couple of players with 3 fouls. McCarron's got 3. Bairstow's got 3.
You see Adelaide 36 is just over 3 minutes without a field goal. Matt Hodgson back to the line, so I'm sure we're going to find the young fella again. He's hanging out for a free burger.
52% from the free throw line, Matthew Hodgson. So the fans know their man.
Well, so does this young fella. There he is. Yeah. He deserves one.
Getting louder. Matthew Hodgson at the line. Ooh, there it is. And they're ecstatic. There's your code if you're in South Australia. Lane. And get in the drive-through lane at your Hungry Jack's and get yourself a free cheeseburger.
He's worked hard for that. Good on him.
I'm happy for you.
I'm stoked for him.
In the meantime, Mitch McCarron with the rock in hand. A Sunday Detch. He's had a good sit down. First game of the season, so limited minutes. Behind the back, pull up 3. How's the wow factor of that?
Beautiful from Sunday Detch. Instant impact as he checks into the game. And it was a good read too. Comes off the on-ball screen from Isaac Humphries. And Todd Blanchfield fights over. Quick snap back to his left hand. Here you see Blanchfield gets over the top of that screen, and then Detch back, whipped it behind his back, pulled up and drilled that much needed 3 just to steady the ship for the 36ers. Timeout Perth.
We quick shoot it, and then they score, they're just chipping away, right? Now they got to go small. Hey, weak pen. Isaac. Isaac's here, so you're in the weak. Touch it. Macca. I want Macca coming up top. Sunday, so you bring it down, throw it, get up top. And now Isaac, H, you go into the drag. It's here, get above the foul line, pin for Dusty, curl it. There's that look. If you don't have it, Isaac, come and set it. As soon as he starts dribbling at you and gets to the 3-point line, you're on the rim, Macca. You two will turn the corner. Stay at the rim. 1, 2, 3. Hey, stay with the defense. Hey, nice cut.
CJ Bruton, coach of the 36ers. Heard the fans in the house, the kids in the house yelling and screaming. Kaz Entwistle will be yelling and screaming. The winner of the $50 Kmart gift card, cheering on our Wildcats when we can't get to watch the NBL Cup in person. Go Wildcats, and you can be a chance to grab yourself a $50 Kmart gift card as well, thanks to our Kmart Fam Cam.
It's outstanding work from Adelaide assistant coach Jamie Perlman. The awareness to look down the other end, see that the Wildcats are going small, that Hodgson's coming out, Wagstaff's coming in. So no Hodgson, no Majuk, and it gives CJ Bruton the opportunity to call a play, try to seal up Isaac Humphries down low.
Almost the turnover. Vic Law saved it, gave it back. Had to put up the late shot, and from the corner, Frazier dropped the bomb. John Casey downstairs.
Dwayne, official attendance here tonight, 4,758. So a good-sized crowd with the first game back for the 36ers, remembering that they play against Melbourne United here on Saturday night. And then after that, they're off to Wollongong to face Illawarra next Monday. So 3 games against the top 3 teams in a tough stretch.
Yeah, good call, John. In fact, I spoke to Melbourne United coach Dean Vickerman today, and he's got his eyes on this one. He said he'll be watching closely. Critical part of the season. There'll be a lot of games in a short space of time. Coaches having to manage guys going in and out of COVID protocol. Difficult time to coach normally anyway, but even more difficult in COVID times.
eventually did play through Isaac Humphries in the block. Might have got away with a little travel down low. End up with Hiram Harris at the strike.
Well, has the return for Sunday Detch in this game. Just played just over 9 minutes, got 10 points, and they love to have him back on the defensive end, but he's 2 of 3 from 3. Something that he's trying to continue to work on and grow with. And in the off-season, spend some time with an Adelaide all-time great. And if you're going to pick an Adelaide 36 you want to learn to shoot off, Brett Maher's probably... Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with that. So Brett Maher's been working with Sunday Detch and getting his stroke looking nice from outside. And when you've got that impact to be able to step out and knock down a 3-ball at a high rate, combine that with his defense and other things that he does well on the floor, huge piece for the 36ers.
Works with all the big names. Sunday Detch. LaMelo Ball, late night workouts there in Wollongong. And I tell you, that snatchback, Brett Maher was the master at rejecting screens, crossing it back over, pulling up.
Wagstaff lets it fly. Brett Maher, of course, that's his name on the court. If you're watching this and don't know who Brett Maher is, even if you don't know his history, you know you've got to be good if your name's on the court. The handoff, Sunday. Trying to weave his way past Frazier. Big rebound, Jesse Wagstaff. Bryce Cotton. Straight back down the other end. Pull up 2. Ooh, and Vic Law high with the climb.
Goodness, Vic Law. He gets the foul call, but thinks he might have had a chance. There it is, the great man, Brett Maher.
What a start. 20th anniversary of that 2002 championship team. He was grand final MVP. There he is. What a legend. Absolute favourite son of this organisation. His number hanging in the rafters.
63-46. This one still on a nice edge. A quarter and 3 minutes to play. Home team, big crowd leading the ladder leaders. Mitch McCarron, who started all this, to Harris, who's played big minutes and given them something. King on the buzzer. Huge rebound and being pulled down by Isaac Humphries to a big round of applause again.
Well, they're calling foul and Jesse Wagstaff pulling Isaac Humphries'
24.
arm, but great energy. You've come back in the first couple of minutes of the game. And that's what CJ Bruton wanted to see from him. Just crushing the glass hard, trying to have that impact. We haven't seen Isaac Humphries at the level we expected this year than what we got to see last year before he got injured. And it'll take some time now after the long break and dealing with COVID. But these little energy spurts are great for his confidence and for the 36ers.
Jesse Wagstaff bleeding from the mouth, so that's how physical that battle's become.
We ever see that from Ringo Starr?
I don't know, but he could sing, Ringo, when they let him sing. And Jesse can certainly let him fly and score when they let him score as that one rattles out. Mitch puts it back in. Mitch McCarron.
We're edging closer to that trip dub. Mitch McCarron has 8 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists.
5 with a little help from my friends. I think it was one of Ringo's. One of the all-time greats. Frazier to the corner. This is huge. And it drops. White hot Kevin White there.
Well, we mentioned earlier the great decision to be able to hedge off Bryce Cotton enough to let Kevin White shoot instead of Bryce Cotton. You still have to close out with a hand because Kevin White's shown that he's stroking that ball at a high rate from outside. Just stay right off him with your hands down. You can knock him down these days.
Sunday.
And there's Mitch McCarron again.
Triple doubles are coming to Humphries. Little short. Vic Law continues to hunt down the rebounds. Up to 10 now. Fade away 2. Tough. But how good is he?
All kinds of tough. Well defended by the young fella, Hiram Harris, in the block. But good D, much better O.
They're going to stop here, the Wildcats, and get a score and close this quarter out right. They're right back in this one after being down 28 at one point in this game.
Mitch McCarron gets past White. Can't get past Wagstaff, who fouled him. She was trying to pick his pocket, although it might actually be on Kevin White.
It's going to send him to the line with the bonus, and he just wanted to pass that ball. He was attacking, but there are his numbers. 8 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, but he's driving in there looking to dish that thing off. As we said, it doesn't matter that he's always looking to pass in that kind of scenario. The fact that he's attacking, drawing the defense, trying to make something happen, that's when the Adelaide 36ers are at their best. That's all we've seen so far.
82% from the free throw line. Mitch McCarron. It's Melbourne United Championship winner. Brought to town to be their leader. Daniel Johnson still leading all scorers with 19. Vic Law up to 16, but with 10 rebounds to go with it as well. Game well and truly alive still. Especially when you've got this guy, Bryce Cotton, in your team. Sunday Desch gets it out of his hand to Wagstaff, to Frazier, to Wagstaff. A little up fake, then off the glass, it rolls down.
How much have we seen that this year? Especially Wagstaff, we know, over the last few years. He'll get on the glass, he'll throw his body around on the defensive end, but his ability to shot fake and put a ball on the floor and attack.
And the pocket picked again. Frazier this time takes it inside, Euro, and another two. And they might get it back here again anyway, the Wildcats. They'll get a last say of this quarter. Amazing comeback, but we expected it from the top team. Johnson trying to change the momentum single-handedly, can't.
There's Vic Law again. That's his 11th rebound. Wildcats get a bucket here. It's going to be very interesting last quarter.
Shot clock turned off. Bryce Cotton time. You've seen this movie before. Bryce takes it inside. He passed it back out. Wagstaff behind the back on the buzzer. The all-time great finish to the quarter. How good was that? The white-hot Kevin White has put two in from the corner. And in the blink of an eye, it's a single-figure lead.
Beautifully set up by Wagstaff. Cotton, Wagstaff behind the back. Kevin White with the finishing touches.
58-67. The stage is set for a ripper finish to this. Don't go anywhere. The Adelaide Entertainment Centre is a rocket. From 28 points down, the Perth Wildcats to just 9 points down with a quarter to play. 67 plays 58, and the big guns have come to play.
Well, they doubled their score in that third quarter, the Wildcats, 24-12, and they did some damage from long range. 4 of 5 from 3 in that third quarter after going 2 of 19 over the first two terms. Vic Law having a massive impact, 16 points and 11 boards as they open the final term with a turnover.
But that dynamic duo, there's a look in their eye. Vic Law, 37 points last time the 36ers and the Wildcats played round one. His Perth debut. Put together another brilliant game in this. 16 points, 11 rebounds. Bryce Cotton coming to play now as well. Daniel Johnson, Mitch McCarron. This is how it all started, but he was nailing those, and Bryce Cotton rips down a huge rebound. He just wanted it more than anybody else. Tuvik Law takes on Johnson to the corner. That same corner, not the same result. Bairstow. Dusty Hannahs floats it to Withers and fouled on his way.
Well, it's great recognition there. Todd Withers just using his body to get down there and seal up Bryce Cotton. Walker Fraser whistled for the foul coming across the top. That three ball for Mitch Norton, that would have made things very interesting.
There's pressure on the 36ers. Up 28. I asked the question of the great stat man at three-quarter time. When was the last time a team lost a game after leading by 28 or more? The answer came true. A while.
Well, he's not wrong there, is he?
Not what you would want to happen. Withers puts it back out to double figures.
Over to you, Perth. Started the season 5 wins, 1 loss. They've got a little road trip happening at the moment. High off the glass, flicked back out. Wrong guy to flick it to, though. Bryce Cotton steps in with a floater on the run. Didn't get fouled. Mitch McCarron just put enough pressure on. And now he's got it in his hand. They can extend this lead a little. Get some more breathing space back. The team that did lead by 28. Bairstow nearly had his pocket picked to McCarron. Bryce Cotton in his grill. Johnson, shot clock at 3. Tough shot to put up. Banks it down to Bairstow, and he puts it in on the buzzer. Just how they drew it up.
Morrison thought maybe there was a little push from Cam Bairstow on that offensive rebound. And he got away with it.
Frazier dances his way in, back to that corner again. From outside the arc, free ball not going early in this last quarter for the Wildcats.
They had some good looks. They got on the offensive glass of possession before. Just got to knock one of them down.
McCarron, and was that on the way down?
That's going to be goaltending. So that's assist number 7 for Mitch McCarron. Vic Law, looked like Cam Bairstow might have rushed that. Anyway, that's going to count. Back out to 15 points.
Hey, this is Mitch McCarron from the Adelaide 36ers. Road safety is really important.
73-58, 7:57 left. This one still on a knife's edge. And there it is, on the way down.
No, it's a good call, I think. Just where Cam Bairstow threw it up. Vic Law was a bit late. Always hurts when you jump a bit later. It's always going to think that it's going to be coming back down rather than trying to meet it just off the hand.
Early timeout from the Wildcats here in this 4th quarter. As you say, they got some good looks. I thought they defended pretty well over the first couple of possessions. Cam Bairstow kind of bailed him out with that offensive rebound there. And that last one, yes, they lost Cam Bairstow, but big decision from Scott Morrison. Just 1 timeout remaining now.
Little breather for everybody. Big 8 minutes coming up now. Great to have Latrobe Financial giving us a huge opportunity. All of you out there, if you think you can shoot a full court shot, head to the NBL website page to win for your chance to shoot for $100,000 in the Latrobe Financial Sharp Shot. And if you miss your first shot, you get a second go from half court, thanks to Latrobe Financial. Frazier heads in there, and Bairstow says, nah, not in my house.
It's been terrific. Cam Bairstow, 13 points, 7 rebounds. And a great impact in starting this one.
Johnson. Bairstow was there for him under the bucket. Hook shot, superb.
Going back to what worked for him so well in that first half, the 36ers. Daniel Johnson, team-leading scorer with 19, game-leading scorer now with 21.
Bryce, step back 3. Oh, net. Bryce Cotton style. John Casey downstairs.
Yeah, thanks, Dwayne. I was in the Perth Wildcats huddle during that last timeout. Really impressed with Scott Morris and his composure. He just kept saying to his players, we're getting good looks at the other end. If you get a good look at the other end each time down the floor, that's all we can ask for. We've just got to knock them down. So at the moment, they're hanging tough.
It was interesting. We mentioned to you guys during the timeout. It was an early timeout from the Wildcats. You know, they had some good looks down the other end and had some pretty solid defensive possessions, and it was a big decision for Scott Morrison to call that. Now he's only got one left, which you'd want to keep till the very end in case you need to advance the ball, get a game-winning attempt. So they're going to have to let it ride from here on out.
Bairstow foul on the way to the hole. Hill.
This goes out of bounds.
Oh, okay, so
good
flicked
hands
it out
from the Wildcats, but again, you can see Cam Bairstow just the smart and awareness to seal up for the high-low pass over the top, but all the Wildcats guys drop down and get some hands in there.
Dusty Hannes. Daniel Johnson, way short, and Mitch McCarron, well, he was nudged on the way to try and put it up before the shot clock expired. 15-point margin. Again, if you joined us late, it was 28. The 36 was led by. Daniel Johnson's been starring again. 21 points, leads all scorers. Edge of the seat stuff. Big crowd in Adelaide Entertainment Centre. John Casey.
Dwayne, great by-play between assistant coach Mike Kelly and head referee Chris Reid just a moment ago. Mike Kelly went over to Chris Reid and said, I didn't quite hear that, but did you call a flop on that last play? given that the Wildcats were called for one earlier, but he did it so surreptitiously that I think I think he knew what was going on, but he could see the funny side of it as well.
Yeah, nice call. As Victor Law says at rim out, he was the first one to know it was going to miss. And that's why he got the rebound.
He's been so active, Vic Law, hasn't he, Dwayne? 16 points, but now 12 rebounds, a game high. Getting after it on the offensive glass. He's been huge on the defensive boards, helping limit Adelaide to single shot possession.
We've seen from the Wildcats, a bit slow to start and struggling on the glass in the early
Blanchfield catch and shoot. Sorry, Pete.
Big knockout.
That was massive.
But this is where they really miss Luke Travis, flying in for those rebounds. When you got Mitch McCarron as a guard flying in on one end, Luke Travis coming in there, and on the defensive end, getting out in the lanes, doing all those other things that Luke Travis does so well.
Jesse Wagstaff kicks that away. A little bit of blood, corner of the mouth for Jesse.
They will not go away, the Wildcats. There's Vic Law's numbers, 16 and 12, big double-double from him. Keep in mind, Perth have not been outscored in any third or fourth quarter this season.
Wow.
And of course, came storming back in that third term. You've got to keep an eye on Bryce Cotton in these big moments. He's grabbing a quick rest right now, but when he comes out, this is when he usually goes to work.
Harris with 3 left, tries to bank it, and the putback. Johnson doesn't work either. Wildcats get a huge break there.
Daniel Johnson missed 2 bunnies. That's about 3 in the last couple minutes. Mitch Norton.
He lost it, got it back, put it in, and said, yeah, just how I wanted to do it. Mitch McCarron tried some herky-jerky shake and bake down the other end. Dusty Hannes hands it up, and Harris with the finish. A much-needed 2. Norton again steps past them with ease.
We hear Scott Morris, CJ Bruton yelling, get under. I know Mitch Norton's not going to pop and shoot that 3-ball, but you got to get under quick. You got to get right back in front, because Mitch Norton hears that as well. And as soon as he hears that and sees the defense just turn their head to try and find where the screen is and get underneath it, Mitch Norton is attacking down the hill as quick as he can.
Hannes, fade away 2, amazing. It's been a little cold tonight, but he was hot there.
Good couple of possessions from Hannes. They got to tick the scoreboard over Adelaide. He dimed up Harris and then drilled that one.
Wagstaff steps in, banks it in. Big Jesse with some strength. Back to 10.
Jesse. All good. Nothing on it. All good. Yeah, he just bumped into him. Wasn't looking at him.
A little bit of extracurricular activity.
I know, he was complaining.
Underneath, nothing in it.
Yeah. Let's go, headline ball.
Bryce Cotton back in the game now. 10-point game. Tick under 5 minutes to play. Yes, he's had a quiet night, 11 points, just sub 40% from the field. Hasn't knocked one in from long range, but an absolute super duper star. And these are his moments. And that's a peculiar sub from CJ Bruton. Daniel Johnson, the game-leading scorer, coming back out.
You doubt he'll sit for long, but he's sitting right now. Bairstow, it's been superb. Harris, Hannes, McCarron, single-figure shot clock. Takes it in, hands it up. Harris, McCarron had to let it fly. Huge rebound to get, and the poke back from Bairstow.
He's been exceptional tonight, Cam Bairstow. They needed that because that offense didn't go anywhere. We think about why Daniel Johnson coming out of this game at a crucial point of this one. They had no real point of focus. It was going to be him, but Cam Bairstow made some good things happen. And he, unfortunately,
put that in?
Unfortunately, rebounded the wrong team and scored for them.
Here he is, on cue. Bairstow hands it up to Datch, rejected. Big rejection at that, inside 4 minutes. 10-point game. 36ers did lead by 28. Bryce Cotton, who hasn't put up a three that's dropped yet. Frazier's got it in his hands now. He steps it in and will go to the line for a couple.
Got the whistle. They're the Wildcats, but that's what Hiram Harris is out there to do. He's got a defensive lineup out there. CJ Bruton. That's why Daniel Johnson comes out of the game. It's why Todd Withers comes back in right now for Dusty Hannes. Was a quick breath there for DJ. Hiram Harris goes back out. So swinging the rotations, CJ Bruton, as they try to hold on to this lead.
Dare I say it, Frazier 100% from the line this season as we head down to John Casey.
Dwayne, given that we're on triple-double watch for Mitch McCarron, it's worth pointing out that January is a popular month for triple-doubles. Glenn Saville had one back in 07. Corey Williams had one in 2011. Cedric Jackson actually had one on this day in 2015 for New Zealand against Melbourne United. And, of course, the last triple-double that we've had in the NBL came at this venue with Josh Giddey. Ended up with 15, 11 and 13 in Adelaide's win over Brisbane.
Love your work. Good to have John Casey with us. Almost a steal from Frazier. Johnson gets it back. Detch with 7 left. Had a good look. And another rebound for Vic Law. That's 15 now. Frazier edging ever closer. Sneaks in. Back out. Norton sneaks in. Hands it up. Too long. Caught on Vic Law.
It's a good closeout by Daniel Johnson. Just nice and slow to Mitch Norton. Knowing that if he does shoot the ball overhand, you'll take it. Tries to drive baseline, and Vic Law sneaks in there, but it's too long in the key.
Big stop to get for the 36ers, though. McCarron. Their general. Takes it in on Norton, hooks off the glass, and the putback for Cam Bairstow, who's been everywhere.
Where it's right. Bairstow. He's been crucial in his last 90 seconds when the offense hasn't come too easy.
Bryce Cotton, step back 3, gave it up to Vic Law, and Bairstow picked his pocket, hands it up to Sunday Datch, and the blocking foul is called. Huge turnaround in momentum there with that stop, and quickly down the other end.
Norton picked it. The change of direction from Sunday Detch, but yeah, good call in the end. Contact on the side there. Ball stays with the 36ers.
How's Cam Bairstow get stuck on Bryce Island? Mismatch in the corner. Bryce goes to a little step back and does well. There's going to be a challenge here. This is his last time out, so Scott Morrison was calling the timeout anyway, but
well, it's big. Huge situation. Tick over 2 minutes to play, 10-point game, and their last time out, the Wildcats. And it's an interesting one. He did pick the spot. Mitch Norton, not a lot of contact, sent himself flying back a little bit just to sell it. Bang, bang play. Tough call to make on the floor and in the replay centre.
Enough to overturn it?
I'm going to stay out of this one because I thought the one earlier in the game from Cam Bairstow and Michael Fraser going through him was unlucky, but I would say there's probably going to be not enough to overturn that. You think there might be a chance?
That's tough. There's definitely a chance.
He definitely stopped moving.
Yeah. And the contact actually on that was a bit more in the middle than I first thought.
Coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The call on the floor of the blocking foul stands. Perth lose their timeout.
Huge sigh of relief for Adelaide 36ers fans there.
We talk about Cam Bairstow and his impact. 17 points, 9 rebounds. On board off the double-double. He has been outstanding. And Vic Law, 15 equals his career high in boards.
McCarron. Bairstow hands it up. McCarron gets it back. They take some time off the clock. Wind it down to 2 minutes. And now Bairstow takes it in. Back out. Corner. Daniel Johnson. No. And Vic Law was almost there for the rebound, but it bounced away and they get another possession, the 36ers. McCarron took on Cotton. Wham, bam, Cam. Just keeps filling it up.
That might be the sealer. It's assist number 9 for Mitch McCarron.
Well, Bryce has got to have to turn it on. He gets fouled. Didn't get the continuation, I don't think.
Gone a little early. Is it number 8? Still 2 dimes away. Mitch McCarron, there you go, 10, 11, and 8. He has been sensational. Look, the stats aside, you heard him at half-time. I'm not interested in the stats. I'm interested in how we play and getting a win. And he really set the tempo from the start, Mitch McCarron. Pushing the ball, getting after it defensively on Bryce Cotton and sweeping the defensive glass. And yes, it's been a bit of a grind here in this second half for Adelaide as they try to hang on, but Mitch McCarron at the start of the game set the tone for his squad.
No doubt. And that's what they needed, and that's what he needed to really switch into that mindset.
Full court pressure as Cotton only put 1 of 2 in. 1:28 left. Don't go searching for the car keys just yet, 36ers fans. Withers steps it in, hooks it in, tipped in, second attempt, and Withers does get it, third attempt.
Well, good credit to Cam Bairstow for keeping it alive. That's a double-double for him, 19 points and 10 rebounds. I'll tell you what, if Mitch McCarron doesn't get those last 2 assists, he's going to be stiff. But I don't think he's going to end up getting the nod for the lock of player of the game. With Cam Bairstow, the last few minutes has been outstanding, and he gets a steal there on cue. What a game.
Mitch McCarron, a little bit of icing on the cake. Vic Law rejects it. McCarron wants it to count.
Well, that's the give and take for Scott Morrison. He's gone to the smaller lineup here down the stretch to try to open things up offensively, but it does open you up a little bit on the offensive glass. Your own defensive rebounds, and you see Bairstow and Weathers going to work down there, extra opportunities.
Been a brilliant performance by a team that's had 31 days off. Not played since the 18th of December. People were wondering what kind of 36ers will we get early in this. Well, if you joined us late, they led by 16 at quarter time. Mitch McCarron starred early. Cam Bairstow been starring all night.
He has. I mean, he's been absolutely terrific. Getting the start with Isaac Humphries coming back from the COVID protocols. And when Daniel Johnson went out in that crucial sub, it was about a 10-point game. He got a couple of these offensive rebounds, putbacks, just working hard on the glass, got a steal down the other end. He has been enormous. There's his stats, 19 points, super efficient. Knocked down a couple of threes, 10 rebounds, 4 of them on the offensive end. He's got 2 steals, he's got 2 blocks. This is the Cam Bairstow that we all remember.
Outstanding. First game as a starter since the Hawks' first game last season. And comes out and rewards CJ Bruton for putting him in that lineup and turns in an outstanding performance. Jeez, they've had some good contributors. Mitch McCarron on the screen there and Daniel Johnson as well. Game leading scorer with 23, 21.
And to hold off the challenge, 28 points up. Wildcats, the top team in the comp, got it back to single figures. And they've steadied the 36ers. And the home fans, they'll be back again Saturday for the Melbourne United game. You can be guaranteed of that after what they've seen in this one tonight. That's going to be a big one, Melbourne United. And that one's called against Cam Bairstow with Jesse Wagstaff. And for the record, Perth Wildcats, they're next two both away to Illawarra. And they won't be easy.
Well, they had their opportunities, believe it or not, in this game. After being down so much early, they crawled back slowly but surely. That's going to be a turnover from Vic Law. It just slips over. Good pressure from Sunday Detch, but when they were into single digits, 9 points, and then to start the fourth quarter, missed 3-ball from Mitch Norton, then they missed a couple of easy ones that they'd like back. And just every single time they just wanted to get it within 7 or 6 points, they just couldn't quite do it. And then credit the Adelaide 36ers for making sure they did get a score down the other end. A lot of that was Cam Bairstow in this fourth quarter. Daniel Johnson hit another 3. Just done well to weather the storm.
Mitch McCarron enjoying this last minute now. Under the bucket, Daniel Johnson can't put it in, but it's all incidental now. Frazier, offensive foul called, and the fans are going to enjoy this one all the way to the wire with that one called on Michael Frazier.
Well, so they should, because they really wanted a fight back from Adelaide this game. You know, their squad that they watched in Cairns lay an egg. Really disappointing performance. And they've had such a long time to stew on it. The fans, the players, the coaching staff, everybody involved. So to come out and play like this against the top team in the league is a really good bounce back.
And they've kind of set the expectation now, haven't they? From, yeah, you've had a long time off, you come out, you show this fight, no, it's on the home floor, but the way they went about it, their defense was great, the movement, everybody was communicating. They set a tone physicality-wise, especially off the tip, and that helped them on the defensive end. Might have got away a little bit here and there, but it was from the jump that they got it done.
Fans get the win, they get 3 Hungry Jacks as well. And the Adelaide 36ers stay in touch with the top teams in the competition. Exactly what they were after 31 days without a game. They win 87-74.
Huge performance from Adelaide right out of the gate. Dominated that first quarter. Jumped out to an 18-point lead in the first term, 28-point lead in the first half, and then they held strong down the stretch. I love their energy, their effort defensively in that first half in particular as they grabbed control of the game. And Mitch McCarron, as we spoke about, he set the tempo. Cam Bairstow was terrific. Daniel Johnson was outstanding. Limited minutes from Isaac Humphries as he's making his way back to full health, but overall an outstanding team win by Adelaide.
Yeah, they'll be stoked with that, and as they should be. And the Perth Wildcats, great effort to be able to fight back from being down so much, and we expected them to. That's what good teams do. But Adelaide 36 is showing signs. Sunday Detch, another one coming in to back from his injury. Looks the break, and that can be a silver lining. 31 days without a game gives a chance for Sunday Detch to get healthy again, get back out there and have an impact, and he did that. Had 10 points, knocked down a couple of threes. Defensively, did a great job. Really, the bottom line, as you said, Liam, is their energy. They've got to play with that every single night. It's going to start from the opening tip and continue for 40 minutes. And a couple of lapses here and there, but definitely a lot to build off for CJ Bruton.
It's Perth's lowest score of the season. Their previous low was 83, so great defensive effort by Adelaide.
Let's head downstairs, John Casey.
Cam, great win by the team. You're able to restrict Perth to their lowest score of the season. You really started with that mindset right from the get-go.
Yeah, definitely at the beginning, our defense was really good, holding them to pretty low points in the first quarter. And I think that kind of set us up for the rest of the game. Obviously, they made a run late at it, but getting off to that quick start was the key.
You've had an outstanding season. You came in late for the 36ers, but you're making every post a winner here. You must be thrilled with your own form.
I'm just enjoying playing basketball again. You know, had some issues with injuries last season, so it's just good to be back on the court, and the boys have been great, and it's great to get a win, definitely in front of the home fans as well.
They keep coming at you. It's Melbourne on Saturday night. You're going to have to reset for that?
Yeah, it'll be another tough one, and that's the way it is with this league. Everyone's great, and, you know, we just got to bring it every night.
Great to see you playing so well. Good luck on Saturday.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Cam Bairstow, our Foot Locker player of the game. Our Foot Locker player of the game receives the $250 Foot Locker gift card. Back to wrap straight after this. A massive bounce-back performance by the 36ers to beat the Wildcats by 13 as we have a look at our Hungry Jacks highlights from the night.
Well, just a great effort, as we spoke about. And the way they came out, that's exactly the response they needed. Just to kind of turn their season around, put it in the right direction, show what they're capable of. Cam Bairstow was terrific, but Mitch McCarron was the one. From the very first moment of the game, he was crashing the glass hard, had 7 defensive rebounds in that first quarter. Daniel Johnson got going, did his thing. Sunday Jetch returned. It was nice to see him back out there. Everybody else just chipped in where they had to, but it was their physicality and their energy that got them out to that big lead, and they just held on. A couple shaky moments here and there, but they got the job done in front of their home floor. Behind what we saw from Cam Bairstow. Big plays down the stretch, especially from Bairstow. The offensive rebound really helps stem the tide when the Wildcats are making a run.
You see the leading scorers, Daniel Johnson and Bairstow, combining for 40 of Adelaide's 87, Lauren Cotton. But geez, the 36ers did a good job on Bryce Cotton. 5 of 13 from the field, and didn't find his touch from long range, 0 of 2 from out there. So Mitch McCarron, Sunday Detch, everybody helping out. And look at the shooting percentages for the Wildcats. Sub 40% from the field, sub 30% from long range, and just 55% from the free throw line. So they're all too low, and you credit Adelaide, as Pete was saying, for their effort and their energy defensively for making life tough for the league leaders.
And the Hungry Jacks NBL ladder will show exactly how important a game this was for the Adelaide 36ers. The Wildcats were top of the ladder. Melbourne United top now. Melbourne United face the 36ers in Adelaide next. The 36ers with a 3-3 record now.
Well, it's just a good start, and that's what they need to kickstart their season into gear. They've shown what they're capable of, but it's going to be an almighty task to get up there. Those teams, Melbourne United, geez, they're playing some really good basketball. The Hawks are going to look to bounce back. Look at that bump around we have ahead of us. That's a lot of basketball coming your way. Some elite games. Can't wait.
Round 8 starts Friday night. We're looking forward to your company, Bullets and the Kings. A heap of games coming your way. A lot of games coming your way in a short space of time. So make sure you check your local guides. Get to a game if you can, or jump on and enjoy it with us if you can't get to a game live. 74 plays 87 at the buzzer. The Adelaide 36ers getting a win they had to have.
That's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise. I'm top tier, I'm that guy. I'm the man of the year. I'm a man with no fear. I think like I'm a shark. The way I move so sharp. I so hard for the team.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Trade.
Hi, Mum. Getting close. Might survive the world.
I'd say there's only much difference. So loud, but yeah. It's fucking criminal what they do with Peter. It's been a bugbear of mine for 2 years. I was going to get here in your mention where I'd be sitting down, but if I did take me on.
Okay, thank you. Calories.
John Farnham from Adelaide or something? He's got 4 posters on the wall.
Must be.
You alright, fellas?
Yeah, NBL's just got to initiate the Zoom call. Sorry. Hey, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Just tell them to type the answers and we'll write out our answers. We'll get a whiteboard in here. Pretty much won every area except for 2. We won every area except for 2. Rebounding and 3-point shooting.
What was it?
Free throw shooting.
We weren't that great from the free throw
No,
line.
we're bad. Those 3 areas were the only really areas they beat us on.
We got there more than them.
Yeah. Second chance points, 3-point percentage. It's difference. I don't think they had any more open looks than we did. I'd look at it.
NBL Adelaide. That one.
That is connected. Didn't have a mute, it was not connected.
Try plugging it in and out.
I heard myself back.
You heard yourself?
Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4. Hey.
See that Boland gets to go back to the Big Bash
Chris, can you ask your
Both
question,
tonight,
please?
I think.
for Hobart.
Yeah. If it's okay with you guys, I'll have my laptop here so you can hear them because the sound just isn't coming out of them.
Sure, that's cool. Are these mics just for show, or are we speaking to them?
They're the broadcast mics, so that's heading up to broadcast land.
Yeah, I think a few of them will go back and play Big Bash.
Nixie didn't have that one. I asked him that exact question. Can someone sign Boland?
Yeah, he's already signed. They're all
Try and
putting
keep
it.
your eye line to the left here somewhere, just look at it, even if the audio is coming.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Maybe down the lens is even better. Yeah. What Wi-Fi is it connected to?
I'm so sorry about this, guys.
It's all good.
A lot of them are already signed to teams.
They just didn't play.
And then their Aussie contracts take over that.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I've asked them. They have said that the audio is connected. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All good. Thank you, guys. Bye. So they're saying that the audio still isn't connected on that end. And we'll have to do it off the laptop otherwise.
Right. Okay, let's do that. The camera and those mics are still rolling. Yep.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, Chris, would you like to start us off?
Can we all hear each other?
Yep.
There we go. Sorry about the delay. Scott, a slow start obviously was pretty costly, but not surprising in these circumstances. What did you make of it?
No, I think we said all week that we weren't going to look for excuses off the court. Everybody's been through some stuff this last month. Everyone's had a big layoff. COVID didn't get any